what's this? But you're at the table. How is this possible? Obert Car Care.
What? I am David Patterson's pinky finger.
I thought I was looking at
Is this the biggest? What is the biggest X factor that takes a detailer from $40 details to creating a career for themselves and financial living?
Great question. We should kind of get like a little spiel from each of you guys along there. Let's start with David.
Yeah, that's everybody, I think. What's the biggest X factor?
I think everybody starts from somewhere. You know, that's where I started when I did mobile detailing. Is started with those $40 details and kind of worked my way up. And for a lot of us getting into this business, it's a very low barrier of entry. And just starting with those things, and you start from somewhere and you slowly work yourself up into, you're building a reputation. And I think a lot of pricing is demand for what your services are doing. And you know, I try to tell everybody, you know, when you start off and you're trying to fill your shop, you know, I don't like doing dealership cars, but it's a great way to fill your shop up and to train some of the employees, and then slowly start replacing that work as your reputation is built up.
For me, I think it's probably understanding your costs. I think a lot of people that are in this business, it's based on their passion at first. And there's a lot of people that aren't great in business as a whole, myself included when I started, and it's difficult to grow your business to the level that you want it to be without understanding your costs and understanding some basic principles to help you move your business forward. I think that's the biggest thing, knowing your costs, because I think knowing your costs and understanding that you're not competing with anybody. So like somebody else's business, their pricing doesn't mean anything about your business, what you provide and what you price your products, because their cost to do business could be completely different than yours, and what they do could be completely different. So between those two things,
that's a great point.
Yeah, it's okay, and it's okay to be second best.
You're all about second best.
Yeah.
I think it's a big part of it. We were just talking about it.
Was it? I think Dylan talking about when we were working on the Subaru. You know, I remember years ago you see guys like, well, Dylan, Patterson working on cars, and you go, but that car's perfect. So one of these days I'm going to be as good as them. And really, none of it is perfect, ever.
Also look at my work this week, so you know
it's all not perfect.
Cheating. But it's having reasonable expectations for yourself. I think it's a big deal.
Well, that was
me. Like it was once, like pictures were easier to post. Facebook, Instagram, forums. Once the pictures,
MySpace.
Once pictures were a lot easier to upload, and cameras got better, and you could actually see full sun shots. You could see stuff. It was the first time when I could see work and go, oh, I'm at that level.
Yeah.
I'm good enough to do that. I'm good enough to get there. It was the first time I realized, like, well, I'm doing it right.
Well, a lot of the time it should have looked better.
Yeah, yep. And other times, yeah.
And I think one big missing piece, and I got to credit the source, which is Paul from Chemical Guys, learned from his class in like 2011. You only get the money you ask for. So get to that level, and then do not be afraid to ask for the money that you believe your time, your energy, your effort, your education, your tools, your shop, and everything else is worth. So if you don't ask for it, you'll never get it.
Yeah. No, that's really fair.
Yeah. $10,000 detail proves that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't sell a $10,000 detail unless you offer $10,000 detail.
That's right.
And even if you don't sell any, I mean, you've sold multiples. I'm assuming. So it's not just a one person thing.
Yeah.
It's there is a market for things that other people think are absurd.
I actually started in this whole detailing industry at a car wash. And I was a sales guy for the car wash, so I presented my little menu to everybody, and they had a wash and wax special, it was like $49. And I would sell like 60 or 70 of them, like on a Saturday. And my manager came out and he's like, "What are you doing? How are you selling all these packages?" I'm like, "I'm just telling them about them. I'm just saying, hey, we have a wash and wax special, it's $49. You want to do this one?" And they said yes.
Yeah. It's weird, right?
What a weird
Sure you don't want the $7 wash?
Yeah.
I give you the 7. Everybody starts out at the bottom, but that was me. I just the same thing. Started car wash, did the same thing.
Yeah.
It was back when I did it was $30, $35, and those were the specials. But Hey, it was easy to sell them once you just offered it.
But the guy down the block does it for 45. Well, I don't have that service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
Okay, so
Done.
choose him. I'll take somebody else.
Yeah.
That's okay. No,
Thanks
that's
for
a great
hopping on,
question.
Way
Pinky
to go,
Finger.
David Patterson's Pinky Finger.
Good job,
Thank
Pinky.
you for hopping on, Pinky. I will check in later.